We are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy.
Dummy. Conspiracy dummy.
Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear yourself? Are you good? Are we good?
Just calm out.
Yeah?
That's loud, bro.
That's loud?
Yeah, I can't. Booming, bro. Booming.
Booming?
Booming. It's kind of loud. Can you turn it down?
Yeah, I'm turning it down. Let me see.
Oh.
Right here? Right there.
Yeah, turn it. Don't be screaming so loud.
Like that?
Yeah,
Is that good?
Eardrum.
Is that good or what?
Yes.
Can you hear yourself?
Hello? This thing on?
Yeah.
It's on.
All right, man, let's get it. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome to Conspiracy Dummy, the conspiracy podcast that did a lot more than open Pandora's box. You feel me? I am your host, Double D, in the place to be. Joining me on the podcast, we have the fellow Navi, the number one Banshee rider, Dino rider. What's good?
For this particular episode, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay.
It's all good. It's gonna do another podcast, another one for the archives, and this one is it's a good topic. I feel good about this one too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, we just got back from watching Avatar, The Way of the Water.
And let me tell you, what a washout of emotions, people.
Yep. What'd you think about the movie, man?
I mean, so it's a good movie. If I would have to rank it, especially since it's based on the first one, and I saw the first one and I thought that one was pretty good. And it's a family flick. I mean, I would rank it 8 out of 10. Good visuals, good storyline. Little bit kind of violent for some. A little bit kind of violent. If I had kids, I'd be precautious. But other than that, it's all good, man.
Some PG violence.
Yeah, man. A lot. Talking about limbs flying.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie, man. I did like it probably better than the first one, I think. Had
Honestly,
more action.
Yeah, I like the first one better.
Okay.
You know, the only one, the only thing that I didn't like was like, I understand it's a family thing, but why did the kids keep getting kidnapped and all? I think they just dragged that out a little bit too much.
Well, they need a damsel in distress, bro, and you can't.
The whole damn family.
Well, yeah, I know, because you can't take the girl, right? Like the girl's a badass herself. The mama, right? So you have to have someone to like rescue and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I thought it was a good movie overall. Are you feeling a little bit of this Avatar depression? Do you have that Avatar syndrome, bro?
Explain that, because I don't know what you're talking about.
You never heard about that?
No.
Nah, I think like in the first film, bro, when it came out, people fell in love with that movie, bro. They had some deep connection with it, and I don't know, people just got depressed. They just felt like their life is nothing special, I guess. Nothing compared to what the Na'vi were doing. You know what I mean? They wanted to be blue people, bro. Like, for reals. There's like some kind of...
We have blue people, but I'm not going to touch them.
We have them all, man. But I'm just saying, man, blue lives matter, bro. Blue lives matter.
Don't go there. Don't go there, because you know me. Don't go there.
I'm sure that girl who fucked the police is all for blue lives matter.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
I'm just saying, it's a psychological term, right? The Avatar depression. And it's coined by a psychotherapist, I believe, right? They said that there are real humans that want to be the Na'vi. They're obsessed with Pandora. They're obsessed with the whole, like, the living of the people on that planet, you know? Damn, dude, the first one has a human becoming one. Like, what's your thoughts about that? Like, transhumanism. Like, to take your conscious
let me answer your question.
And put it into an avatar.
Well, let me answer your question. So that depression thing, I don't get that at all.
You never got that one?
No. Did you go through that? Because I thought you were about to say, like, they went into, like, anticipation for the next flick, because it was a while, probably like 10 years.
Yeah. Oh,
So I thought that's where you were coming from, but as
Probably.
far as if you're doing, not to offend nobody, but you're doing too much if you're trying to be blue nowadays. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's nah.
Well,
I
I
never
don't
went
know.
through that.
I'm pretty sure they had to do something with it for it to be like, damn, we're not gonna see another movie for like over a decade.
I mean, yeah, I felt kind of that way because that movie was pretty good. I did like it, and yeah, it was a time coming. I mean, it's about time they made a second one. I'm glad they did because I saw it, and I don't know, maybe there's like a third chapter, maybe.
Oh, there is. There's gonna be 5 movies, bro.
Confirmed it.
Yeah, for sure.
Where did you get that?
You can find anything on the internet, bro. Yeah,
I haven't read anything on that.
yeah. Well, the whole movie, bro. Like James Cameron, this is his baby, right? He's been working on this for a long ass time, and the reason why people kind of had like a deep connection with it too, because of the messages in it. You know what I mean? I think he conveys it pretty well. The similarities between the Na'vi and maybe like modern humans at one time, like it shows like a retelling of the colonization of Native Americans, right, with the Europeans and stuff like that.
I can see that's where the
see that?
storyline is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they took a lot of prehistory.
Yeah, for sure. And then also like the environmental issues. You know what I mean? They're drilling. They're like, fucking up the whales, bro. That's fucked
Can
up.
we just? Yeah, that's another scene too.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like that scene personally. Because I read that. I think it was the 1940s and the late 1950s. There were massacres of these blue whales, baleen whales, sperm whales, and they have actual footage. Anybody that's interested in that. But it wasn't until recently in the late 1970s and early 80s, I think they stopped doing that. So that scene where they start killing all of these, they look like baleen whales to me. That to me is like, man, it's like reliving that whole thing. That to me is, but anyways, it's a movie, and hopefully that doesn't get, hopefully we don't make those mistakes.
Well, that shit is real. That shit kind of does go on and stuff, and it's brutal. Yeah, with the harpoons and shit
Still
like that.
going on.
Yeah. Anyways, so they have it going on there too as well. And they're doing other things, like they're extracting minerals and resources and shit like that, mining.
They did their research.
Yeah.
These people certainly did their research.
And I guess it also has like an anti-war message. You know what I mean? Like, look how far we go to destroy our planet. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, dude, like this is our home. This is the only place we know, but yet we like, I don't know, man. Look, the shit that we do to it, you know what I mean?
You know how
when it comes to war.
I like to always say this quote.
Yeah.
We're the only, think about this. We are the only supposedly animal that fouls its own nest or cave.
Yeah.
Now think about that. Supposedly we are the almighty and most intelligent beings, and yet we destroy our own nest. So who really is the smartest beings or species, Yeah.
Well, that's true, man. And then talking about species, like on the planet, that jungle moon planet Pandora. Oh, I mean, you know what Pandora? Let me just jump off topic real quick. Are you familiar with Pandora? Pandora's box and everything?
It's mentioned in the Old Testament.
It's like the Greek mythology. It's in the Greek Old Testament as well?
It talks about that in the Old Testament, about kind of like when not to get all religious, but it does mention that. I think it's in the Old Testament, and it has to do with the way humans were in those Old Testament days, like Noah days, I think. And you know how sin got out of hand and in a way opened Pandora's box. It's mentioned in the Bible.
Well, I think Pandora, right? I think it's a female. She opened the box, and that box let out all the sins of the world, all like the deaths and cruelties and evils of the world, I should say, right? And she's like, oh my God, what did I do? And she closed it. And like when she closed it, she trapped one thing in there, the last thing. And that thing was hope. You know what I mean? So that's the meaning to the way things are, I guess.
So you got this from mythological Greek mythology?
Greek mythology, man. Pandora fucked it up for us.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, that's the name of the planet. So I don't know if there's some kind of crazy meaning behind it, but that's the name of their planet, right? Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Hollywood, dude.
Yeah.
Everything has some meaning.
They have some deep, dark
Aren't
meanings
we
or some shit. Sigil magic or whatever. Symbols everywhere throughout Hollywood.
Symbolism.
Yeah. But anyways.
Illuminati.
Yeah. Well, Pandora is the home of Homo pandoris, a blue-skinned yellow, green, blue eye, bipedal with a tail, 10-foot, hunter and gatherer tribalistic with a feline feature looking type of humanoid called the Na'vi. You know what I mean? These beings live there, and dude, there's like a lot of them. You know, there's like different clans, tribes throughout the whole planet.
Kind of like Paleo-Americans.
Yeah, if you think about it, like if you have this species, right, Homo pandorus, it's similar to humans, Homo sapiens, right? And if you think these people, there's a good variety of them on that planet as well. Different types. They adapted to their environment, just like humans. You know what I mean? Like we, evolved and coexisted with subhuman species at one time. Neanderthals, Denisovians.
So they say.
So they say.
So they say.
Yeah.
So they say.
10,000 years ago, right? When the planet started. Anyways, but little callback.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. That'll be the day. Prove these young.
Yeah. But anyways, these people, man, they too live amongst other subhuman Na'vi, right? Different types. Let me see. There's these are clans, bro. They have the main one that we know and we see in Avatar is the Amatika clan, the Amatika clan. I don't know if I'm saying these right. I butcher names on this podcast, right? They're the first clan to make contact with the sky people, the people coming from space, right? Sky daddies. These humans, these people contacted the humans first, and they're jungle dwellers. So that's what we see in the movie. You also have the Anurari clan, the Alagani clan. This clan is the horse clan of the plains. You got the.
All of this is from the first movie, right?
No, these are just within the lore of Pandora, of Avatar, within the movie.
But that's like these tribes were not in the first movie.
No, the first one that I mentioned is in the movie, but these are probably going to be shown.
Focus.
Yeah, these are probably going to be shown.
So they only focus on one tribe
so far, 2 of them so far.
And you're saying they're about what, 10?
There's a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's different clans within that universe, right? They're different. They look different too. So you got the Renatui clan. They're the unseen clan living in the arid highlands. You got the Tawikani clan, a clan renowned for their knowledge of chemistry and botany. You got the Kikukan clan. They're the first clan to write banshees, man. But with the name like that, dude,
that KKK.
It sounds like they're writing with bed sheets instead of banshees. You know what I mean? They need to change that name, the Kikukan clan.
Sounds like that KKK.
Yeah, I know. You got the Ash people. This is the clan, bro. The Ash people, bro. These people are gonna be in the next installment of Avatar 3, bro. These people represent the element of fire. So you have water in this one, and then you got fire in the next one coming.
You read this?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't read
on
it.
the internet.
Okay, so
yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. When we watched the ending, it didn't really explain that heading that way.
Well, he just says at the end, spoiler. He just says that we're here. We're gonna protect our home. This is our home now, right?
Yeah, they become one with the ocean.
Yeah, they become one with the ocean people, which are the Metakanya clan, right? And if you look at these people, or this, if you look at the Meliklani clan, right? This species of Na'vi, they have different characteristics than the ones that we see in the first film. They're a little bit lighter blue. They have like a more of an aqua color blue to them, like a lagoon blue. They have more webbing on their fingers and stuff, like more, like their tails are bigger, thicker to swim.
They're paddle-like.
Yeah, they're kind of paddle-like, right? So the reason why I want to bring this up and talk about this topic, because it's going to go into our topic, about like different types of species within the Na'vi, similar to humans, right? Because there's this story that we're going to talk about, or not this theory, I should say. There's this theory that's similar called the Aquatic Ape Theory. And it's very similar to what these people are, man. They're like living in the ocean, Dino Rider, let's talk a little bit about this, man. Give the listeners a little taste of what this Aquatic Ape Theory is about.
Okay, so when you first brought this this topic out,
Yeah.
I was like, I never heard of it, and then you started, explaining it, and it automatic caught my attention, bro. Very thought-provoking hypothesis. So let me just do a quick synopsis. Look at me using big words.
Yep.
Okay. So the aquatic ape hypothesis, also referred to as aquatic ape theory, postulates that the ancestors of modern humans took a divergent evolutionary pathway from other great apes and becoming adapted to a more aquatic habitat. The hypothesis was initially proposed by the English marine biologist Alistair Hardy in 1960,
Yeah.
who noted that marine mammals, whales, dolphins, sea lions, manatees, etc., they have a layer of blubber under their skin. This helps them stay warm and float. He also noted that we are the only apes that have lost a lot of hair, and that most apes, monkeys, all marine mammals are hairless.
Yeah.
So he noticed all these traits that are of an aquatic mammal-like ancestor. That's what I get, that he noted that. And he saw that when we open or cut the skin of us, we have blubber attached to our skin.
A layer of blubber.
A layer of blubber.
Fat.
So he started saying that, okay, so if apes and humans are so alike, why do monkeys don't have that layer of blubber? Could it be that our ancestors at one point adapted to the oceans, and they adapted, and then the blubber just evolved to stay longer in water to wade? Could it be that our ancestors for maybe 1 million years waded in the oceans and hunted seashells, urchins, and that's why our pelvics are vertical, because we learned to wade. Apes can't do that unless they're in water. So it's very thought-provoking, and it's very interesting when you think about it. And there's actual film footage of these. When a monkey has to go into water, he stands up, bipedal. Usually they're on all four legs walking around. But when they have to cross the river, they are bipedal. Could it be that our ancestors, Australopithecus in ancient Africa, could it be that that's how it started to the route of being Homo erectus?
I believe so, man. I think there is something to it. I know a lot of anthropologists and people similar in that field are against this, don't agree with this, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. If you think about the pathway our ancient ancestors of modern humans took, they did took a divergent evolutionary turn somewhere along the way, bro. You know what I mean? Just the way we are adapted to like different environments, especially an aquatic habitat. You know what I mean? Like, could this be like the missing link that's not found in the human evolutionary chain, or whatever you want to call it?
Well, if you ask me, it's like I said, I'm not an expert, but you read about it, and there is a gap from the first apes, monkey ape ancestors, to Australopithecus, which is the earliest ancestor that was bipedal.
Yeah.
Remember Lucy?
Yeah.
The one that was found not too long ago?
Yep.
Which is dated almost 3 million years ago?
Yeah.
So there is a gap in the geologists and the paleontologists. All these people say there is a gap between the time that our ancestors, the monkeys, went down from the trees and actually started walking on land
In the savannas.
to the savannas. And that's actually the thing that he argued,
Yeah.
that a branch of apes was forced by competition over terrestrial habits to hunt for food, such as shellfish on the sea shore, leading to adaptations that explain distinctive characteristics of modern humans,
Yeah.
such as functional hairlessness, bipedalism, and humans also have webbing, a old relic. If you notice our fingers, our thumb, and depending on the hand you're looking at, the finger to your, I'm looking at my right hand, the digit to your right, we have a webbing.
Yeah.
Notably can be seen in the thumb and the next digit. He also noted that the noses, the cartilage,
Yeah.
the spine of the makes our nostrils point downward. If you take out the cartilage, Danny, this is cartilage, right?
Yeah.
Our nostrils will be exposed, right? But our nostrils face downward.
Huh.
And that was an adaptation that Alistair Hardy noted that was probably an adaptation that we once waded in the oceans, the seashores. It helped us hold our breath in and oxygen to keep oxygen in our lungs. It was an adaptation. Think about a monkey and an ape.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed his nostrils is facing forward?
Yeah.
Ours is face downward. When we dive, it helps us push the water out.
And just not just that, with our diving reflexes too, we have that at an infant stage, bro. Like we're babies, we can hold our breath, close our eyes or whatever as soon as we hit the water. Some of us don't even know how to be like natural swimmers at a at a baby's age, right?
You're right. So that alone right there, that to me, if you ask me, that's an adaptation that was.
I don't think monkeys or apes can do that if you throw them in the water, right?
They are afraid of the water.
Yeah,
they don't know how to swim.
So there is a big difference in between like the great apes
and humans.
Well, we are part of the great apes. You know, it's like the five of us. It's humans, gorillas, chimpanzees, bonobos,
primates. They're all primates, right?
Yeah. I think I'm missing one, but yeah, they're all primates. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. They say that gap between the time when the ancestors, the monkeys, the primates, from that time to Homo to Australopithecus, the one that stood upright, the first one, there is a gap. They don't have fossils. So that right there, that's what most of them geologists, archaeologists, they focus on.
Yeah.
Is that the missing link where we once not aquatic, but semi-aquatic, did we spend a lot of time wading in the oceans, hunting?
I definitely know that we were near water. And that had to play a big part of our fucking human evolution, right? But maybe being inside the seabed as well. Like you said, hunting for food and stuff. That's why we have a lot more nerve endings in our feet than other primates do. Not so much of walking on land and walking on the savannas as it was, right? No, this is to help us locate stuff on the bottom of the floor. So I don't know, man. Call it what you want, Homo aquaticus or whatever you want to probably name it or something. Whatever the aquatic ape theory is, the scientific name.
You know, and
or the creature from the Black Lagoon, whatever you want to call it, man. There's something there.
But what do you think? You personally, do you believe there was an ancestor of ours that, it doesn't have to be, because people like to romanticize about mermaids. It doesn't have to be like a humanoid type creature that had a fin like a tail, whatever a dorsal fin. It doesn't have to be like an actual mermaid.
Like the Fiji mermaid?
Or something like that, The thing is, it doesn't have to be like that mythical creature.
Yeah.
It's like nowadays, I was raised in Puerto Rico, bro. And when I was young, the people took to water like fish.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico's an island, folks. So up north in San Juan, Bayamon.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the Aborigines people, the natives.
Yeah.
They hunted fish with spears, old school, with rafts and everything. And, they used to come out of the water with fish in their mouth.
Dude, those islanders can hold their breath underwater for a long period of time.
So growing up in Puerto Rico, I was surrounded by water all the time, and that was a very common thing. And I was like, wow, how can they do that? So humans have adapted. Humans do adapt to their environments, just like any other creature that has ever lived over millions or thousands of years. A species will adapt. Think of a polar bear.
Yeah.
A polar bear, the ancestors of the polar bear came from the forest. And the polar bear is an actual evolution in progress. Yeah. This animal, being a huge carnivore, is aquatic, semi-aquatic. It has web paws. Its fur reflects light.
The snow and everything.
And the ice.
Yeah.
And it reflects water. It's like water's off a duck's back.
Help it camouflage itself.
And it hunts
Yeah.
It hunts sea lions. It hunts walruses, well adapted to an aquatic environment. So why wouldn't humans have acted the same way? Maybe they build rafts. We don't have to have like flippers and webbing. Maybe we did have our digits at one time that were more prominent, and that helped us. But yeah, very interesting to me. I mean, I was at first,
Yeah.
but you know, there's a lot of evidence that points out, and one of the biggest ones is that babies, you know, they're well at home. Newborn babies, you put them in water, it calms them down. When they're crying, it calms them down. So to me, it's like very dead on. Don't quote me on anything.
No, yeah, and then also like it's either that, bro. It's part of our Darwinian's evolutionary explanation to where that missing link is, or there's other theories, bro, like the whole ancient alien theory. You know what I mean? Some aliens came down here and interbred with the primates at the time, or maybe like did some kind of like DNA splicing kind of thing to them genetically, or the stone ape theory. Have you heard about that?
Maybe that's another topic, another different topic.
Yeah,
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, that kind of
I never heard of it. Never heard of
well,
it.
just real quick, mushrooms. When we were coming out of the savannas, we were just flipping cow patties, our ancestors, right? And we came across mushrooms. We started eating it as a food source.
Supposedly, that's when we actually lost our hair, because in the savannah, as a human, as apes, they had that fur, right?
Yeah.
So the adaptation was, the way they think is, from the savannah, we had to lose our hair because we will overheat, right? It makes sense. So that's why we're hairless now. So by
a lot of things in the ocean don't have hair too. You think about like fish, or a lot of oceanic mammals don't have hair.
Except for the whiskers that help them. They use echolocation with their whiskers.
Yeah.
But that right there is one of the other strong points that Hardy was making. Think of for example of let's say a manatee, right?
Yeah.
That animal, when, let's say, back in the days, in the early, let's say 1500s, 1800s, when these conquistadores were in the ocean, you know, there were days in the ocean, and they saw these manatees, whatever, when they started hitting the coastal regions, right?
Yeah.
So when they saw a manatee, and they from far away, they were tripping or something, that makes a good marine type, to me, a mermaid, right?
Well, that's why they were just lonely, bro. Those sailors and shit. Anything looked good to them when they're out there, bro, surrounded by other sailors.
I wonder if that's what it was.
Probably, man. That's I think
you know,
they said they would hear. I know I did an episode on mermaids a while back. Check that out if you want. But yeah, man, they called them sirens and shit, right? They were luring them to their death out at sea and stuff. People hear them to this day, bro.
And to this day, the Darwinian thing, how it goes, these manatees, all of them, the family tree is Sirenia something. So sirens, sirena in Espanol, it comes from the Greek, the old Roman Greeks, whatever, sirena, which means a human that's seagoing. That's where it came from, Darwinian thing.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Alien life definitely exists in the fucking ocean, I believe, bro. We don't have to look too far. There's definitely things down there. You know, it makes you think, like...
What makes you think that?
I don't know, man. Just because it's a big mystery, bro. That big blue, man. You know what I mean? They say there's an ocean underneath the ocean. You know what I mean? We're talking about some hollow earth kind of shit. You know what I mean?
I believe that. I saw one time, I remember seeing, when it tripped me out, I saw in the oceans, these divers, you saw it in the ocean floor, actual water running.
Yeah.
And that tripped me out because it's like in the ocean, you think you're in water, but if you see a river running through the ocean, and I'm not tripping, I saw that. So when you say that, I would not be surprised if they're actual caverns or maybe underwater caves or something. Because think about it, 75% or 85% of the earth is water.
Yeah.
It's only like 30 or 40% that it's actual land. And I'm just throwing numbers out here, people. I'm not a professional.
Yeah.
But it's a region that is less explored than the moon, maybe, they say.
Yeah, man. And they're talking about crafts coming out of there, bro. So it just makes you think, like, if we did come from the ocean, if this whole theory, why they want to poo-poo it, maybe there's something to it. Maybe they don't want us to know. Maybe I bet you a lot of these bases, like these underground bases and just these top secret facilities, are in the ocean, bro. I bet you a lot of these UFOs that we're seeing, UPAs, whatever you want to call them, are coming out of the ocean. It's just a whole new world for us, man. You know what I mean?
One other thing that I would like to,
Yeah.
we're talking about your underwater civilizations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you're thinking like Atlantis, kind of like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that dude Plato said Atlantis was real.
It is.
He wrote about it like twice, like talking about how it was and where it was. It was like an island somewhere.
I think it's somewhere in the region of the Tethys Sea over there by like Italy or somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Mediterranean Sea or something. I don't know. Maybe Greek. I'm not.
I don't know, but it was just something that just disappeared, and everybody it's just lingering out there. But maybe Atlantis went into the sea. Maybe
It
the
did.
people of Atlantis went into the sea, like Aquaman. You know what I mean?
Avatar.
Like Aquaman, bro, or the fucking Maya. Didn't the Maya go into the sea like in Black Panther?
I didn't see Black Panther. what? That was what the story was in Black Panther.
Yeah, man. Say no more. Name more, bro. Under the water, the fish don't stink, bro. That's all we have to know.
Motherfucker, they'll float up and stink up the joint though.
I don't know,
no.
man. I don't know. There's probably, it just makes you think, man. Is there something there, and they're just keeping it from us? Who knows?
Well, think about it. You know, when we're just talking about it. You know,
We're just shooting the shit,
improvise,
talking
whatever,
shit.
talking shit. You know, we're good at talking shit.
Yeah,
But anyways, think about it. A submarine.
yeah,
What kind of that invention right there? And there's submarines that can spend months underwater. So if a human being, an engineer, can think of something of a vessel that can do that, why not a building? Why not a facility of some joint?
or what not? An avatar. Make like you said like a vessel. What is an
Right.
avatar? Like a body or some kind of thing you put your conscious in. So maybe we in the future we'll have something like that, like roaming the bottom of the seabed or the ocean, right?
You mean a humanoid?
Like some kind of thing, bro. That's the only thing that could be, I don't know, next level, I guess, right?
But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Human beings do the history about the way we are civilized, the way we think is like territories,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So they know that humanity knows these people know that land resources, the forest being cut down, oxygen levels going down, the atmosphere thinning out, oxygen levels falling. They know this. So why not build a colony under the ocean?
Yeah,
Makes sense?
makes sense.
Where would we go? Where would we go?
Yeah, no, they're fucking up the land, bro. We have a bunch of shit going on right now in real life. I get it, bro. I get this whole thing with Avatar and people, that whole Avatar depression, right? Coming back to it. Just all the fucked up shit that goes on in real life, bro. This movie, Avatar, or just to have an avatar, is like a metaphor of an escapism. You know what I mean? Like, we don't like how we're living, bro. We create fake worlds, you know, look at the metaverse or the Sims or whatever you want to call it. We are becoming more socially awkward as human beings. You see the new generation, the Zoomers and shit. We are disconnected, bro. We are lost.
We're meant to be spiritual beings. We're meant to be social beings.
Yeah.
You take that away in 2023 that we just hit, you see the isolation.
Yeah.
What happens when you see these documentaries, when you see primates, when you see a gorilla that's separated, a mother gorilla when it's separated from its child, you see that emotion. If you're in tune with the spirituality like I am and emotions, you see the pain of that animal. And it's the same thing as humans. We all have that in us. Every living thing has that spiritual thing in them. You know, just like the avatars in that movie, you know, with the whales, when they explains it, whales do sing. They have a very spiritual side to them. They sing songs to their mates. They sing songs to their families. They communicate by songs and like prayers. And that's the way a human should be. We're losing our
connection with God, bro.
Exactly.
Look at in the movie, they have that Edwa. I think that I'm saying it right. That whole connection. And that too shows that message about humans. You that whole thing with them connecting their tails or their hair to the plants and to the animals. It's kind of like I don't know, like a...
We're losing
like
our consciousness.
Yeah, it's just like
human consciousness.
Yeah, our connection.
We are humans.
Our
right?
connection to the planet and to the animals
That's
and
lost.
things around. It's lost.
It's lost.
And I think that's what this whole movie kind of explains and shows us.
That's what I found it hard when I said earlier. That scene when they're hunting the whales and they're killing the whales, and that actually did happen. People, open your eyes and read about it. So to relive that,
or just like I said, the whole colonization of Native Americans or genocide for any people in the past, bro.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like just the things that we do as humans. You know what I mean?
Human beings. That's the dark side that we don't like to talk about. That we want to keep under the rugs. In this human history, we should. It's our responsibility as adults and as parents to explain this to kids. Don't hide it from them. That's the dark side of us, that's humanity. And it all started, people, with the sin. We've been sinning, and the humans beings started the fire, and it's been burning since the earth's been turning, folks.
Yep. We didn't start the fire.
That's a Billy Joel song, by the way. You ever heard it?
Yeah, it's dope. I love it.
We didn't start the fire.
Yeah. It's
but
been
the earth's been burning since the earth's been turning.
Yeah,
I heard that shit.
Yeah,
but yeah, any other things that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, man, that's about it, man. Just wanted to talk about that. It's interesting, bro. I love the movie. I thought it was dope.
There's a couple of other notes that I didn't get in.
What did you want to talk about real quick?
Well, since the ape theory, that's very interesting to me, very thought-provoking, and to me is very interesting because I've always been that guy. You know me as the guy that likes evolution, not evolution, but I'm very what is it? It awakes my curiosity.
Yeah.
When I hear about this, and think about it, did you know that supposedly we are primates?
Yeah.
Did you know that we are the only monkeys or apes or primates that shed salty tears?
Yeah. That's what I heard too, man.
No other primate, no other monkey does that. So, you know what does that though? An aquatic
other aquatic mammals.
An aquatic mammal does that. If you see a dolphin, if you notice a seagoing reptile like the tortoise, leatherback tortoise, and if you see all these animals, they secrete salt. We humans do that.
Yeah.
So, in a way, think about that. And to me, the way I've always been a person is like, I'm a person that when I see something and there's so many similarities, and then you have a spiritual like when you see an animal and you feel close to it, there's something there that I'm connected to that animal for some reason. If that sounds crazy, maybe in my makeup, or maybe there's something that connect with this animal. But anything that has to do with water, ever since that I was a little kid, those plesiosaurs, those ichthyosaurs that lived in the warm Cretaceous sea, in the seaway, interior seaway, those caught my imagination. So in a way, we don't have to have fins. In a way, we don't have to have scales to be water, to love water, to be in touch with water. We just have to open our eyes and see what our inner what is it, makeup, our inner spirituality. Some people love the oceans, they're surfers. Some people like heights, they like flying. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I've always found this very interesting.
I do, man. I even found like the whole, that poem that's in Avatar. Let me say it real quick. The way of water has no beginning and no end. The sea is around you and in you. The sea is your home before your birth and after your death. Our hearts beat in the womb of the world. Our breath burns in the shadows of the deep. The sea gives and the sea takes. Water connects all things, life to death, darkness to light. So that's deep, man. Shit.
And it's something too, me being a Christian, and and I find this connection with water too, that Jesus, I don't know if you heard the parables, when he was in Samaria, and in those days, Jews did not talk to Samaritans. They thought they were opposites.
Yeah.
So the story goes that Jesus went to a well in Samaria, and the woman was approaching the well at the same time. And the woman was like asking, can I get some water? And I think Jesus was asking the woman, can I get some water out of your pitcher, right?
And he turned it into wine?
No.
No? Oh.
No.
I thought he was going to get the party started, bro. He's like, man, there's a woman here. We got some wine.
Maybe that's how the story, you never know. That's how the story went. But anyways, to keep it in that,
Yeah.
he told her, even though we don't supposed to be talking to each other, because in those days they didn't talk to each other for some reason. Samaritans and Jews, they were at the well, and the woman was like, I'm just getting water. Why are you talking to me? And Jesus told this woman, enjoy the water that's in front of you. The message that I bring is the real living water. So when Jesus said that to that woman, she learned from him, because Jesus spoke in parables. Drink from the water, real water giving life, which was his word. That was he came from. And what happened when Jesus was crucified and they stuck a spear on the side of him? What fell out first?
Water?
Water. And you know that to me,
Yeah.
that's why I say, to me, I've always loved the water. When I was in Puerto Rico, I remember as a little kid going to the ocean, like with my dad. He used to buy us pollo, asado next to the ocean front. There's something about watching the ocean that brings calm, that brings some sort of reflect in your soul when you look into the ocean. And when I was young and I read that, it was like, that's not a coincidence. Why is that water giving, and he walked on water?
Yeah.
So, people, you make the connection, people. The Australopithecus ever ride on top of a plesiosaur?
That's what's up.
No, Nino, no, it's me, your master.
Yeah, but no, there was another female. Let's give credit where credit is due.
So yeah, as we've been talking about Alistair Harding, there's other people and others.
That further adapted to the hypothesis.
There's other writers and other scientists that
advanced the theory.
not advanced, but they supported his hypothesis of the aquatic ape theory.
Yeah.
So one female and very there's also symposiums or academic symposiums, that she has on YouTube that she explains the aquatic theory.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elaine Morgan advanced this hypothesis in her 1972 book, The Descent of Women, where she bases her own theories of the aquatic ape theory. And then she wrote another book in 1990 called The Scars of Evolution, where she really gets into more in-depth detail about her thoughts about, an aquatic environment. Another person that needs to be mentioned was in, and these are the books that you should consider if you're
Want to look into this topic.
looking into this topic, which is very interesting. It's in 1967, was also mentioned in The Naked Ape, which I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna order this book on eBay. I'm gonna give me a copy. A popular book by the zoologist Desmond Morris. So really, people, you like this topic, pick up these books, The Naked Ape by Desmond Morris, and The Descent of Women by Elaine Morgans. These are the books that back up Alistair Harding's hypothesis, the aquatic ape theory.
Yeah, man. And that's what I wanted to get into. I wanted to talk about these topics, the aquatic ape theory and Avatar. But I know we're all tired, man. The movie was long as fuck. We're all avatarded out, I guess, right?
Emotional ride, man.
Yeah, it's a long one. But, yeah, man, it was a good one, man. I love how it looked. Very eye-opening.
Thought-provoking. I keep throwing that word thought-provoking, but this all the reason I did this episode and the reason that I was in boat was that the theory. I was excited about Avatar, but really I was more excited of the this hypothesis because I just find it very interesting. Why do we not? All the things that they were trying to do, these zoologists, these people, and these people are well studied. They Oxford, England. All of them, I think, are from England. They graduated from Oxford.
Yeah.
So all these, they're not people that are just throwing stuff out there. They're steady people, zoologists, marine biologists. So the thing is we've been taught that
it's a controversial topic.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is.
Yeah.
It's a very controversial thing. And it's sad that both of them, all of them are all dead, and they did not, and they all did mention that they wish that there came a time where when we did, adopt this theory, like give it a second chance. I think nowadays that most zoologists, most geologists, biologists, people that study, human evolutions, they think of it as
pseudoscience.
Something that's it's nice to think about, but like the mermaid, like mythological creatures, but it's not really. They don't have evidence. They don't have the fossils. They need the fossils. That's what Elaine Morgan was saying. We need the fossils, and you'll find them. If we do, they'll be over there in the coast of Africa somewhere because that's where supposedly they lived. Back in those days, the sea levels were higher.
Yeah.
Think about it. So there is a region of Africa, I think it's in like the South Africa, where we might find these fossils, the fossils that connect us to the ocean, the fossils that will prove one day, and maybe, Elaine, well, someday, maybe she's not with us. Maybe, Desmond Morris is not with us either. Harding is not with us either. But, you just got to give them credit.
I think nowadays, though, even though it is controversial still, but I think people are more open to this idea than before.
You know what?
For sure.
This documentary that I saw, in this lecture that I saw with Elaine Morgan, and she kept talking about the many characteristics and that the facts are there and, all of this. She said, a lot of people come up to me after the lectures. A lot of people come up to me and you know what, Elaine, I like the ape theory. I like the aquatic ape theory, but you know what?
It's sexy. It has like a sexy, like kind of like
a sirena.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I don't know.
Sirena.
I don't know what it is, man. It just does. It sounds better than.
But they tell her that, but it's something that the human is, like I've been telling you, is fascinated about, and we've been taught this about a half beautiful female figure with a half human torso, like the torso of a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
and part of it being a fish.
It smells like fish.
If you want to go that route. Is this tuna? It came from the sea.
Calamari.
Chicken of the sea.
Yeah.
Chicken of the sea.
Yeah.
Right?
Num.
Right. So yeah, they romanticize. There's something about humans that love that stuff about, that Cerberus, that mythological creature, the unicorn, the mermaids, all these creatures, we romanticize about them, and we might think that they do exist, because that's the human mind. We like to think that they do exist.
I want them to exist.
You want them, right?
It'll make the fucking planet a lot cooler.
Elaine Morgan's, after her lectures, they come up to her. I like it. I would like to believe it, but there's no fossils. And that's what we're lacking, is the fossils,
Yeah, man.
But yeah, people, I just wanted to get this in. If anybody's interested, I am looking, to get a copy of The Naked Ape. That's the one. I think that's the book by Desmond Morris. That's the one that I'm going to pick up and try to find. Because, I like this topic. And I like the topic. Danny did a good job about picking the topic. This one is one that, it caught my imagination, man. So
that's what's up. I always do, man. I come with the best. Come with the heaters, man. The bangers.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Pick it up and learn.
Yeah.
We learn something.
Yep, man. Here to wet your whistle. Yeah.
And let me finish off like Danny did. But I found this quote to celebrate Mr. Harding. He's dead now, and he was the one that brought this hypothesis that to me I find very interesting. He quotes, "The recent finds in South Africa of Australopithecus seems to carry us a good step nearer to our common origin with the ape stock. But before then, there is a gap. Is it possible that the gap is due to a period when men struggled and died in the sea?" Alistair Hardy, 1960.
Damn, son. Well, that's why you gotta keep a lookout, man. I see you. You see me. Thanks for listening. And peace.
Remember, have an open mind, people. These topics that we hit up, especially this one, it's a good one. Think about it, and it's, we talked about it, and that's all there is to say, right?
That's it, man. We got Aquaman and Barnacle Boy signing off. So
I gotta go feed some tuna to my plesiosaur, people.
That's what's up. Thank you. I see you.
Like a VVS, bitch. I'm not no human race, bitch. I ain't no human made, bitch. And I've been going, bitch. What's good name?